Hello everybody, I'm Jackie K. Cooper and this is my entertainment rundown with a review of the film The Report. Now this is a complex film. It's all about the days after 9/11 when the government, depending on who you believed or whatever, was doing excessive torture or extensive intelligence to get information, and how much was authorized, how much wasn't authorized. And that's the backdrop for this film, which focuses on a man played by Adam Driver. He worked for the government. He ended up working for Dianne Feinstein, who was the head of the Intelligence Committee during this time, and she was trying to get the background and data on whether or not there had been excessive interrogation or torture, and what impact it had, and was it legal, and was the government violating the laws. And Adam Driver's character is in a building, a room in the basement of a building, which nobody could enter without authorization, and he's going through files, etc., and getting copies of emails and texts and whatever, which brings him into conflict with the CIA and the FBI, with his accusations. But it's all about making this report, which would document and would show where the government exceeded its limitations, where it operated within its limitation, what the parameters were, all of that. And so, in that way, it is really timely, because for those instances that were going on in the past, and we have the parallels with all that's going on today with the impeachment committees. We're all too familiar with the Intelligence Committee, the Judiciary Committee, etc. So all of this is coming, the same type of thing is coming into play here, because they wanted to know how much did George Bush know, how much did Barack Obama know, and how much did they authorize, how much did they not authorize. So it's a steady, tedious build-up of this whole thing. Annette Bening plays Dianne Feinstein, and then also in the cast are Maura Tierney as one of the persons involved in authorizing the excessive use of interrogation tactics. Also, Michael C. Hall is in there. There are different actors that you might be familiar with who play different Washington senators and representatives, etc. But this isn't the kind of movie that you just go into and relax, because it's not. It's gripping. It holds you in that respect. But it's not an action movie in that things are happening that keep you alert. It's just one level, add a level, add a level, add a level, add a level, and you follow your way up the chain, so that you're caught up in all of this. Adam Driver is great in his role. Annette Bening is Dianne Feinstein. They've made her look like her, but I never felt like she got the personality that I have seen on television. I never felt like that personality comes across in this movie. I was a little bit disappointed in that. But Adam Driver is a person who can just really be absorbed, in his roles. He can play anything from, a government employee like this to, an action figure in the Star Wars episodes. So this movie is for political junkies may really love this film, but everybody else not as much so. The film is rated R because there's profanity, there's nudity, and there's violence. I scored it 6 out of 10. It's above the average. The acting is good, but it wasn't the gripping story that I wanted it to be. Like I said, if you're a political junkie and all of this turmoil and infighting in Washington appeals to you, you may like that. But before we go, reach down there, hit that subscribe button. We want you to be a part of seeing and being involved with all of these reviews that we're doing of the movies that are crowding out of Hollywood these days. But for today, this has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown with a review of The Report.